Hey, it's Dr. Ruan. For those of you watching on replay, thanks for watching on replay. For those of you who want to join me on live, make sure you turn your notifications on so you can follow me live at any time. Today I want to talk to you guys about exercise and why exercise may not be as important as you might think it is. So my name is Dr. Cheng Ruan. I'm a board-certified internal medicine physician, and I believe in the value of conversation. So that's why we're having a conversation. And let's talk about exercise a little bit. Now, there's a lot of benefits to exercise that you can search all over the internet. There's a lot of benefits to exercise. It overall decreases blood pressure, it causes fat loss, increases muscle gains. That's great. But a lot of people come into my office and they're like, Doc, I've been gaining weight and I just haven't exercised because I either broke a back or I twisted my ankle or my knees messed up or something happens, right? And unfortunately, when people stop exercise, they also stop doing other things that are good for them, including eating right. So a lot of people come into my office saying that, I blame exercise on everything because since I'm not able to exercise, I've been gaining weight. Since I'm not being able to exercise, my diabetes is much worse. Since I'm not able to exercise, my depression is much worse. Okay, well, yeah, that's exercise is one factor of what we do. But let's think about it like this. What about food, right? I talk about using food as medicine, but this is where it becomes important. Food is an entryway. Your mouth is an entryway for food that's coming to your body. And so food is exogenous. It's something on the outside, and you put it into your body, and it's going to either do one thing or another, right? And exercise is something that you do, but you use the food that you put into your body for exercise, right? So think about what's a little more important is actually what you put into your body, right? If you put toxins into your body, you can't exercise it away. If you put things that are causing inflammation into your body, you can't exercise it away. The old concept of calories in versus calories out is absolutely defunct. Okay? So the bad thing about exercise, and I shouldn't say that, there's actually no bad things about exercise. The bad things about people who don't want to exercise or can't exercise is that an injury or something happens in their life, like a stressor, it disallows them to exercise. When people exercise, we eat healthier when we exercise, right? One good decision leads to another. And so when something bad happens, there's a lot of stresses, and we stop exercising, all of a sudden we don't eat as well as we do. Now, why is that? It's because people like to link habits. So if I said one good decision leads to another, then that means one bad decision also leads to another. So when they're laid up in bed and they twist their ankles and they can't do anything, and they're sitting there and they want to munch on something, it's probably not going to be veggies and hummus. It's probably going to be chips and eating ice cream, right? And because when people are temporarily disabled one way or another, they seek the old rewards that they want to do, and then they put food into the body that causes inflammation, it causes fat gain, it causes the insulin levels to spike up, and it's not the best for them. And then they think to themselves, well, what's the point? I can't exercise. I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, right? Well, there's a big point to it, and a lot of people come to my office that they want to start losing weight. It's like, Doc, I want to lose weight. I want to get on an exercise regimen. You know what I tell them? I said, do not get on an exercise regimen until you follow up with me in one more month. And the reason is, I don't want them to link the habit of exercise with the habit of eating well. I wanted to establish a pattern of eating well first and then incorporate exercise into it after that. And so that leads towards more success towards permanency. It's really hard for people to learn multiple things all at once about their body. It's much easier if you give them bite-sized pieces, literally, of the really good foods. They learn how it's beneficial for their body. And then once they consume the good foods, and then we talk about exercise after that. And this has worked over and over again. And for those who don't know, I do have a diabetes reversal plan of type 2 diabetes that I give to people, and which can be found on my website, ruan.com, ruanmd.com, rather. And people who are on this plan, I told them not to exercise. They're like, "Why, you're crazy." He's like, "No, if you're exercising before, you can continue to exercise, but if you haven't exercised until now, you really want to, like, don't exercise, because we're trying to create habits for you, and these habits start with what goes into your mouth, and then later on, when all the food that goes into your mouth is pure, it's full of vitamins, you're nourished, And then we can use those nourishments and those vitamins and those calories, we can use that for exercise later on. So it dissociates them from good eating to exercise, and hopefully what that'll do is dissociate them from the habit of eating bad and not exercising. And so what they learn is that they can start eating well, and they start losing weight even without exercise. It feels kind of good. And then they have a lot of positive reinforcement because they feel good. Now they want to exercise. They can move much more, right? Before they couldn't walk half a mile. Now they can run 3 after a month. And so it's not that exercise is bad. It's just that it's secondary to what food goes into your mouth. That's always going to be number one. And here's another argument. The other argument is, doc, my kids eat like crap, and they're always so thin, and they're really fit because they play sports. How do you explain that? Very easy. What's on the outside does not match what's on the inside. A lot of kids are actually malnourished for a lot of these different vitamins, okay, and a lot of these different essential fatty acids that's needed to grow and thrive. What's affected first is their hormone levels. And when the hormone levels are off balance, it doesn't really affect them noticeably until they're older on in life. But what affects them even before hormone levels is their brain. And it's really hard to be subjective about brain function for children. And so it's really hard to compare. But what we know is that omega-3s and DHAs, and these help support brain function because kids have increased dexterity, increased cognitive function. They perform better on tests. They do better in sports. And this is what we know about omega-3s. Right? So it all starts with food. And the idea that children can eat whatever they want and be fit is absolutely defunct. That is not true. It just takes time for them to show it into their bodies. And so as adults, we have a lot more years with really off-balance hormones in our bodies. And so we show it much more, and it's a lot more apparent. But for kids, it's a different story, right? And so, the idea that eating food helps you nourish your body so you can exercise is absolutely important, okay? But if you are just starting to get into good habits, if you are just starting to start focusing on food, then I suggest you focus on one thing at a time, master it, and then go on an exercise later on, if that makes any sense at all to you. Now, have there been people who have not exercised a day in their lives and eat well and have been able to lose weight and even reverse diabetes? Absolutely. Actually, the first patient that I put on my diabetes reversal plan did exactly that. He said, Doc, I never exercised a day in my life, and I'm not going to. But he still lost about 55 pounds, and he still became undiabetic about 6 months later. And so that's something to also consider. But does that mean that exercise is a bad idea? No. Exercise is a great idea. It's absolutely fantastic. It makes you feel better. It gives you guns, you start having better relationships with people. It increases the serotonin level in your brain after you exercise. It gives you that post-workout high. No, it's absolutely wonderful. But all I'm saying is it's not as important as you might think, and that if you don't put the foods required that goes into your body, exercise can be relatively meaningless. And I hope that makes more sense to you. And so, thanks for joining me live. I am out of here. I am actually in Lake Charles, Louisiana. For those of you who missed the first portion of my broadcast, there are people behind me that are on jet skis and boats and whatnot and fishing. And so it looks pretty fun. The weather is beautiful right now. It's probably in the mid to upper 70s. It's nice and breezy. So I'm really happy to share this moment and share this area with you guys. But please go ahead and share this video. Share this video so everybody can learn in your newsfeed. Share this video so that people can understand that it's okay not to exercise at first as long as they focus on food and incorporate exercise later on. Okay? Sylvia, thank you for joining. Makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. It's a simple concept. And it goes really, really far. What we want to do is we don't want to overload ourselves too much. We don't want to overload ourselves with learning about foods and eating right and doing this and exercising. All of a sudden we get frustrated and we go back to our old habits and we stop exercising. That's linking habits. Linking habits is not a good thing, even if you link good habits. Even if you link eating well with exercise as a good habit, it means that if you stop eating well, you will likely stop exercising as well. And the more likely scenario is that you start exercising, you hurt yourself, and you stop exercising and you eat badly. See, that's what's detrimental, and that's why people have like the yo-yo diet and the yo-yo ups and downs. Um, I know because I've been there. I've been there my whole life. That's what I used to do. But focus on one thing. Focus on food. Food's always going to be number one, right? If you can't eat well, then exercising is very difficult. All right. If you can't put the right nourishments to your body, it's hard to use those the energy units that you're putting into your body for exercise, right? Hey Boyd, welcome to the welcome to the live feed. I'm talking about you again. You know, you're always in the back of my mind, Boyd. But yeah, focus on food. You know, Darcy joined. I hope Darcy, you're still watching. If you're watching, go ahead and type something. But Darcy's one of my longtime friends, and she's gonna start to get back into this health kick, and which I have been in for over the last few months or so. Yeah. But yeah, it's a beautiful night in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'm here for the weekend. I'm gonna go back tomorrow. It's a beautiful sunset, and there's people fishing and doing all sorts of water sports around me. So I feel lucky to be here and enjoying this beautiful scenery. As you can tell, I've been exercising myself because my hair is crazy because I ran outside. But I didn't have time to do my hair, as you can say. But you know, I'm not really concerned about those things, like you guys know. I'm more concerned about sharing value for you. I'm more concerned about making you understand the importance of making the right decisions in the right sequence so you can have permanent success. Okay? All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to my family, but thank you guys for staying with me. I'm gonna do a little pan just to show you where I am. It's a beautiful sky right here. Big Louisiana sky, and the sunset's behind me. That is the 290 bridge, if you guys are wondering. There you go, and that's where I parked my car over there. So, someone just texted me as I'm broadcasting this. What are you guys actually? I'll show you guys right now what I'm using. I'm using my iPhone. I have a tripod that's right here. Yeah, and I bought this little doohickey online, so my phone was in there. But yeah, what a great day. There's a Golden Nugget Casino right next to Low Bears. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. There we go. All right, I'm gonna take off, guys. Boyd, enjoy your weekend as well. Sylvia, thanks for being here.